AITA for telling my in-laws they are dead to me? Hey all, so a lot to unpack here. My wife 36F and I 36 meters have been together 9 years and have a 5-year-old daughter fake name Amy. My in-laws and I have overall had a decent relationship during that time. Usually about once or twice a year there is a blow up over issues centering around the mill who has a very impulsive personality, and always does whatever she wants desires. Consequences be damned. I have always been worried about her judgment when babysitting too, as she has shown in the past to act so quickly rashly she puts others in danger. I got 5 stitches from a chainsaw cut as a result of this once, and she nearly shot someone at the gun range on another occasion. The mill, let's call her Sharon, has a fanatical obsession with Briard dogs. She had one for years which passed away in 2018. She adopted another one about 2 years ago who was a rescue dog and had a rough past and was somewhat traumatized, skittish, timid, not aggressive. That dog never really acclimated, and Sharon never really bonded with him, calling him not a real Briard, as he didn't have the traditional Briard look or behavior. A couple times while on a prong collar he would nip at the hand holding him as he wasn't used to those collars, including mine once, but it was never aggressive, more like the nipping a dog would do at a pup annoying them. Regardless, this spurred Sharon to tell a vet the dog was aggressive and have the dog euthanized rather than rehomed. Fast forward 2 months ago. Mill is fighting stage 3 or 4 cancer, and decides she wants another Briard. We told her a rescue dog was a bad idea after the last one and to get a puppy. She ignored us and found a rescue Briard, who literally was reported to have possible aggression issues. The wife and I told her not to get the dog, but she ignored us and got it anyways. This Briard is much more the traditional look and behavior of that breed, and Sharon seemed much more attached, much more quickly. I told her that due to its history, it was not to be around Amy until I could vet it. She ignored this restriction, bringing the new dog on a walk with our kid and wife, unannounced, while I was at work. During this encounter, the dog lunged at Amy's face and split her lip. Now, admittedly, it happened when Amy had a dog toy between her face and the dog, and the wife couldn't be sure if maybe he just got excited and bumped her face on accident. We demanded we go back to segregating the dog from our kid anyways. After this, the in-laws started pressuring me to expedite my vetting, as I was dragging my heels wanting to give the dog plenty of time to acclimate. I made the mistake of caving and took the dog for an afternoon to vet. The dog seemed very food toy driven, but okay otherwise, so we eased restrictions and let Amy play with the dog. Amy started acting scared of the dog a few weeks later, which we didn't understand as it seemed unrelated to the first incident. We have 2 large dogs of our own at home, so it wasn't just a big dog thing, so we even spent an afternoon at the river socializing her with him and it seemed to go well. Then this Friday happened. Amy and the wife went for a visit with the grandparents, and completely unprovoked the dog lunged at her face, giving her a deep laceration 3/4 of the length of her lower eyelid, only millimeters from her eyeball. My kid was so close to losing her eye. After being sedated at the ER and getting 4 stitches, we told the in-laws the dog needed to be destroyed, as there was clearly a pattern. They agreed and said they would schedule it when the vet clinic opened today, Monday. I offered to put the dog down myself, but they insisted on using a vet. On Sunday the in-laws made a surprise trip to a town 3 hours away, claiming they wanted to give the dog one last day out at the lake. It has now come to light that the in-laws lied to us, and drove the dog back to the old donors who have it now and are taking it to the other side of the country. The mill lied to us all weekend about euthanizing the dog, all the while arranging for it to be returned to the old donors, and the Phil facilitated the lies, while also driving them out of town. Since these revelations last 2 hours, I have told the in-laws they are effectively dead to me. They put the life of a dangerous dog above the injuries it inflicted on their own granddaughter, and doing what's right to prevent others from being hurt in the future, all because it seems to me Sharon couldn't bring herself to euthanize a real Briard. They lied to us premeditatively, so that we wouldn't file a police report immediately, giving them time to remove the dog. The wife is equally mad, but they are also her parents. I have told her I support her in having a relationship with them as long as they never come near me or my home. I plan to remove a storage shed trailer they have on our rural property tomorrow and dump it on their front lawn in town, and basically cut all ties with them. I don't think AITA in this scenario, but perhaps I'm taking it too far. Edit for context: the last owner was an elderly woman, and the dog started acting aggressive to other dogs when she was walking him. We took this as the dog seeing his owner's frailty and being hyper-defensive. There was never allegations of the dog being aggressive towards kids, and we never would have let him around Amy if there had been. This first incident was a split lip, and due to the dog's high toy drive, and Amy waving a toy between the dog and her while down at face level with him, we chalked it up to a headbutt resulting from the dog going for the toy. Prior to, after, and leading up to the final incident, the dog never really acted aggressive, just very focused on toys. The last incident though, Amy wasn't holding a toy, wasn't even petting the dog, was just standing there when the dog lunged.